A Persian governor stands on a funeral pyre in the city of Eion. His wife, his children, his servants, all with him. He gives the order. The flames climb. Across the Aegean at the same hour, an Athenian general kneels before an oracle, asking permission to dig up the bones of a dead hero. Fire and bones. These two scenes are the same story. This is how Athens became an empire. His name is Cimon, son of Miltiades, the general who broke the Persians at Marathon. His mother was a Thracian princess. He was raised on the Gallipoli Peninsula, fluent in two worlds, wealthy beyond most Athenians, and famously generous. He tore down the fences around his estates and let neighbors take what they needed. By 476 BC, this charming aristocrat commands the fleet of the Delian League and is about to redefine what that league means. To understand Cimon, set him beside the man he replaced. Themistocles was lower born, cunning, the architect of the victory at Salamis, a populist who trusted the navy because the rowers were poor citizens. Cimon was aristocratic, open-handed, cosmopolitan, half-Thracian by blood. Both men believed Athens belonged on the sea. But where Themistocles built sea power as a weapon of the common people, Cimon would wield it as the inheritance of well-born Greeks, leading a Greek alliance. Two visions of empire sharing one fleet, and one of them was now in command. The Delian League was founded in 478 BC as a defensive alliance against Persia. Each spring, allied ships mustered at the sacred island of Delos. The treasury was kept there. Strategy was debated there. Then the combined fleet sailed under an elected Athenian general, chosen for that year. For Cimon's first independent command, the target was not a Persian fleet at sea. It was a fortress on the Thracian coast, and the gold mines waiting behind it. Eion sits at the mouth of the Strymon River, the gateway to Thrace. Behind it rises Mount Pangaeum, whose mines produce the richest silver and gold in the northern Aegean. Whoever holds Eion controls the river, the timber, the metals, and the road into the interior. Persia held it. Boges, a loyal governor of Xerxes, commanded the garrison. Cimon sailed north from Delos with the League fleet, a defensive alliance about to seize Persian territory for itself. The first campaign was already announcing what kind of league this would become. Eion's walls were mud brick, sun-dried clay, strong against arrows and battering rams, but vulnerable to one thing: water. Cimon could not storm the city. Sieges in this era almost always failed. Defensive walls were stronger than any attacker's tools, so he borrowed an idea from Persian engineering itself, the same empire that had once dug canals through mountains. His men dammed and diverted the Strymon, cutting a new channel that ran straight against the city walls. The river did the work for them. Clay dissolved into slurry. Foundations softened. A section of the wall slumped, then collapsed inward. The garrison was trapped, with no relief coming overland and no fleet to escape by sea. Inside the broken city, the governor Boge made his choice. Surrender meant comfortable exile. Persian governors were valued hostages, traded back politely between courts. He refused. He had his entire treasury, gold, silver, bronze coin, carried down to the river and dumped into the silty water, where no Greek would ever recover it. Then he built a pyre in the central square. He placed his wife, his children, and his closest servants upon it, and set it alight himself. Xerxes, hearing the news, declared Boges the most loyal of his servants. Athens took the city, the territory, and the mines of Pangaeum. Decades later, a young aristocrat named Thucydides would inherit mining rights from these very hills, the wealth that funded the writing of his history. Gold and territory were not enough. Persia fought what its kings called holy wars. Every campaign blessed by Ahura Mazda, the supreme god of light. Persian armies marched with cosmic sanction. The Delian League had a treasury and a fleet, but no equivalent ideology, no founding hero on its banner, no divine mandate to rule the sea. Cimon understood the gap. Empires need gods. So before he sailed home, he turned the fleet south toward a small rocky island called Scyros. The Delphic oracle had told Athens to recover the bones of Theseus, the legendary founding king, said to be buried somewhere on the island of Scyros. Cimon arrived with a convenient pretext. The island harbored pirates, conquered it easily, then began searching for the grave. According to Plutarch, an eagle descended onto a low earthen mound and began clawing furiously at the soil. Cimon read the omen and ordered his men to dig. They uncovered an enormous skeleton buried alongside a bronze spear and a sword. The hero himself, larger than any modern man. The bones were placed aboard Cimon's flagship and carried back to Athens in full procession. The city received them like a king returning from a long exile. To house the bones, Athens built a new shrine, the Theseus. On its walls, the painter Mycon depicted a strange and deliberate scene. Young Theseus, diving from the ship of King Minos into the depths of the sea, where the goddess Amphitrite herself hands him a golden ring. The meaning was political. Crete had once ruled the Aegean, the original thalassocracy, the original ruler of the sea. By accepting the ring beneath the waves, Theseus inherited that authority. By bringing Theseus home, Cimon claimed it for Athens. A painted ring on a temple wall announced what the fleet had already become. A defensive league had, in a single campaign, acquired gold, territory, a founding hero, and a god-given right to rule the sea. The empire was no longer coming. It was here, and every campaign that followed would be carried out beneath the eyes of Theseus and the watchful hand of Cimon.